Coming up on today's episode. Good day, YouTube, here with you on a cloudy day. I have lunch here. I thought I would do a little flapping. I haven't done that for a while. Haven't really felt like getting out much. Just, you know, the way it is. The world today, as they say. But I drove all the way down here to Brownstown, Indiana. And thought maybe I would do a little flapping here. And I think that's a worthwhile project. I don't think anybody's around here. I drove to, I don't get these very often, chicken strip baskets at Dairy Queen. For one thing, the Dairy Queen in town doesn't serve them. It's just a, a regular Dairy Queen. But this one in Brownstown does. And I like a good chicken strip basket every now and then. And they have the gravy. The gravy is the best. And I think everybody that's had them knows that. But, can't get enough of the gravy. They give you a piece of bread or two. I even soaked that in the gravy. Of course, the chicken gets soaked in the gravy. Makes sense. The video I did this morning is not very good. It was not what I wanted. I wanted a conclusion to the saga on the Little Bastard radio, but that didn't happen. A couple of reasons. And it depends on which version I posted. I haven't decided yet. This is Thursday, so it's not out until tomorrow. I can change it, and I may change it because I did some additional checking after I made the video, and with some different results. So, like I say, you'll have seen it by now. I don't know when this will be posted. I just thought I would do this, and I may not post this at all. You never can tell. It's just something I was doing, and originally I was going to do this in Seymour. I was going to stop at Wendy's and get some chili, because the weather has been chilly, you know. And the line was too long. So McDonald's is right next door almost. So I just kept going, and the line was even longer at McDonald's. So I just kept driving, ended up here in Brownstown. So, like I said, I told Bob I was going to get out and do something. I don't get out much and do things, you know, so I figured this would be a good little adventure. Of course, they had road work coming down here. You had to wait for a little bit. They were doing something in one of the lanes, and they had blocked. And always road work everywhere you go. I don't care what it is. Now, I don't know how well this is going to turn out. I'm pretty close to the camera, and this camera doesn't do well up close. Hoping I'm far enough away. I'm probably maybe 18 inches away. I think that should be enough, I think. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. That's just another reason I may not post it, if it's too blurry. Well, anyway, is what it is, as I like to say. So, because I haven't decided which way I'm going on the radio, which video I'm posting or which version, I can talk about that, I guess. Won't hurt anything. I got to reading, and somebody, and I don't remember who it was. I have no memory. You guys know that. But somebody had posted a link to a book. It's actually a Sam's book on servicing transistor radios. And they said they couldn't post the link, but that if I did a search on it, it would come up. Sure enough, it did. And along with a transistor substitution guide, downloaded both of those. But anyway, this little bastard radio, the Baylor, has proven a very tough foe. And so I started reading about the oscillator section and in transistor radios. And you have to kind of remember this was written at a time when this sort of radio was prevalent. I mean, as far as being a Japanese radio and things like that. And so it worked out pretty good. For example, I was able to see in the examples they gave two different basic types of feedback. One came through the emitter and the other one came through the base. And that was very helpful after I found out what I found out about the antenna being open. So the way that one works, if you look at the circuit, it feeds back through the base, and if that antenna coil is open, there's no feedback coming in. So it's not going to oscillate. And I had a little heck of a time convincing Bob of that, but I think he finally understood what I was saying. And so anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to try to find another antenna loop stick that will work with that radio. I do have several similar radios with loop sticks, so that may prove to be the way to go. I don't know. I think it'd be a shame if I can't fix it after all this time and all the investment I've made into it. As to why I went ahead and replaced the transistor, well, it tested bad. It tested like an NPN, and it's a PNP transistor right there. That was the main thing. As far as the way it tested. So, you know, right away that's strike one. So, like I say, I thought, well, change the transistor, that's the problem. And that little loop stick has been bent back and forth so many times that maybe that originally when they had the problem it would have fixed it, but since, like I say, it's been moved around and bent here and there and everything else, I'm just about assuming that the wire has come disconnected. The wires are not very big anyway. I may go ahead and tear it apart. I got nothing to lose. See if it can be fixed. That would be, you know, cool if it could. I really, really would like to hear this radio play. Because, like I said, all the time and effort I put into it. And I just think it should, you know, it should work. This is good. Now on the Magnavox, that radio, that's funny because there was two examples given of the feedback on the oscillator in the book, and I have two radios and each one was different. One was bass, the Baylor was bass, and the Magnavox is emitter. So it's kind of neat to see the examples, you know, that I've got. So I don't think the antenna loop has anything to do with it, because it feeds back through the bait or the emitter. But anyway, I do have another transistor coming in for the Magnavox. It's a HEP G0008, and that's one of the ones listed on the suggested substitutions. So I'm hoping it will work. The one I tried first was not on the list. Obviously they didn't list Russian transistors, but it had similar characteristics according to the ad of the one I was trying to replace. So worth a shot, as they say. Another thing I noticed that's funny, Samsung has not messed up once since I talked about taking it apart. I know there's nothing to it, but it just seemed odd. It was like it read my mind. So it doesn't really look like it'd be that difficult. I know Jack did one on his cameras. Took it apart, and it turned out it wasn't as bad as he thought it would be. So I'm thinking about it. Like I say, if it starts messing up again, I will. I don't think there's anything I can't overcome there. As far as getting it back together, because it's just simple screws taken apart. And I probably won't take any ribbon connectors out, because those are hard to get back in, at least for me. So if it comes down to that, we'll have to see. But I really do like the Samsung, mainly because how easy it is to use when it comes down to uploading the images and video to the computer. It's very similar to this camera here. You just basically plug it in. The only difference is now on this one here, this Kodak PlaySport, it will go ahead and let you download without turning the camera on. In other words, it comes on when you plug it in, and the Samsung doesn't do that. You have to actually turn the camera on, and then it will pop up that you can download, you know, the videos and stuff. But I like that because once you do that, you turn the camera back off, it'll just charge while you're doing your video, you're editing it. And that makes it ideal to me. So, each to his own, I guess, but that's just the way I figure it. A lot of times I'll ask for extra gravy when I get these, but I didn't this time. That's one thing I've been doing at the grocery. I've been getting sausage gravy in a can. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. And I get the frozen Great Value biscuits. Let me pop those in the oven for, I think, 18 minutes or whatever. And you got gravy and biscuits. So, pretty easy. Oh, that's another thing. I went and got gas before well, after I paid my rent, I went down and got gas because the gas light was on my car. I decided, well, I'm going to fill it up, even though the gas was, I think, 406, something like it, 403. And so I kept letting it go. I got to $30, and then I thought, well, I'll go for a little bit more. Anyway, I got $40, and I shut it off. Well, looking at the gas gauge, it says it's full, so that's a lot of money, considering, you know, I used to be able to, when Trump was in there, fill up my tank for the same situation for about $26, $27, something like that. So, you know, that's not a lot, but $13 is $13, especially with the high prices of everything else. Getting down to the last of the gravy. About all that's going on, really. I haven't been doing much in the shop other than working on little transistor radios. After I got successful with the Texan radio, I thought, well, I'm going to go back in there and try the Baylor again, because I had those transistors ordered, and they didn't arrive in time. They were here Monday, but I just knew that I wouldn't be able to do what I needed to do. I had to put 2 transistors in, and I did get them in, but, you know, testing and things like that. Like I said, the video is not what I wanted it to be. But I'm going to try it at home after I get through this, and maybe do a little improvement to it, make a second version of it. I do that a lot. Sometimes, you know, if I don't like the first one, I'll just go ahead and make it again. I noticed the comments and viewership on the Magnavox kind of dropped off a little bit. I guess it was people were upset because I didn't do the Baylor, but sorry, you know, it just couldn't be. Probably go to the grocery tomorrow. Could have went today, but I figure I can wait till tomorrow. I got plenty of food. I did get my pills finally. I don't know what it was, CBS or the doctor's office, but somebody wasn't jiving with the refill, or the renewal of the refill, I guess. But I did finally get that. Only had to do without that about a week. Uh-oh. Well, I'm all out of gravy. I think I'm going to take the rest of this home with me. Finish it up. I got 1 piece of chicken and some fries. And I'll be good at home. So I think I'm going to get out of here and head on back. I've said about everything I need to say, I think. You guys have a great day. Thank you so very much for watching, and we will see ya.